Hello everyone, how are y'all? How's life? When I ask you how's life, you think, oh God, are we that old that you ask about life? It is. It is because, why am I asking you about that? It's because we'll be going places today. What places? What is it about? It is something connected to our class 12 syllabus, which makes students come down to reality. Please understand that. I'm not telling that dreams are not good. Dreams are good, provided you work for your dreams day and night to make them into reality. Then it is really wonderful. So what is that? We are going to check today. It is from Flamingo and it is going places. I'm going to make it into 3 parts so that you'll be able to understand clearly what is in which part. Yes? Let's go. Once again, you have the same slide here with the picture of A.R. Barton. Now, in this lesson, we are going to explore the adolescent fantasy versus working class. What do you mean by adolescent fantasy? Everyone knows one important point, that teenage is one such kind of a phase in life where you feel that anything told by the adults is wrong. Whatever you feel like doing, that too with the peer group, you feel like doing it. That is the thing which CBSE wants you to understand. Understand that adults are there to guide you. It's because they love you unconditionally. But at the same time, if you have dreams which can be accomplished, I'm repeating this point, if you can accomplish your dreams, please pursue them. Understood? That is the reason in this lesson we have this adolescent fantasy. Let me take another color, and it is about the working class. What actually is this? It is your dreams and the reality. And the central conflict of Sophie's world. We have a few characters like Sophie, Jancy, her brother Jeff. You have this girl's mother and father. You have Sophie's even younger brother. But the main character that you should remember is Sophie. And what does she want? Does she accomplish? This is what we have to understand. This is what we have to analyze. It is because it is the central conflict that is there in it. Now, let us see the other details about Sophie. She is the architect of fantasy. We all know the meaning of the word architect. Someone who builds. Builds what in this context? It is dreams. She builds dreams in such a way that she wanted them to become true. See how it is. She has a feeling that she must have the glamour. Glamour in the sense she must be in the limelight. She must be in the topmost position. She lives in a world of vivid imagination. Vivid imagination is nothing but clear imagination. Her mind is full of imagination. Remember, every person has imagination and there's nothing wrong about it. The only thing you have to check again and again is it right? Is it applicable? Can I reach it? When can I reach it? What should I do for the sake of making my dreams become true? So here, this girl has clear imagination, but she is not able to understand whether she'll be able to make them into reality or not. But what is she doing? She is all the time constructing futures. Purposefully, here I have used the word futures because it's not one area that she is concentrating on, rather on many of them. What are they? She wanted to transcend her working class roots, change, go from the working class into something high, so high that people will look at her and say, wow, Sophie, you? That is what is her thought. That is what is her aspiration. So, what kind of dreams does she have? The first one that she has is a boutique owner. She wanted to open a boutique. And she wanted to have that thing as the most amazing shop in the city which has never been seen before by anyone. So what class does she belong to? Working class. But what does she aspire for? To have a boutique which is of high quality. What's the next thing that she wanted to have? She wanted to become a fashion designer. In the text, you have even the names of Mary Queen saying that she wanted to become maybe like that. And she wanted to get something sophisticated. Now here she is not at all sophisticated. Working class people do not have that much of sophistication. But here she wanted to become sophisticated. That is perfect in everything. And what's the third thing that she wanted to do? She wanted to pursue acting. So she wanted to become an actress. And she feels that she will get real money doing it. All understood, I hope? She has 3 dreams, not 1. And when you have 3 of them like this, we should understand which one can be possible, which one can be left out, which can be just forgotten like that. Here, all 3 are there for her. So let us see whether she'll be able to fulfill any of them. How will she be able to do that? Going places is to go to different places in the mind's eye. And that is what we should remember. Now, what are the 2 characters that I did not speak sometime before? I told about Sophie, I told about her father, I told about her mother, I told about her younger brother as well as the elder brother. But there is another character exactly opposite. Opposite of whom? Opposite of Sophie. Now, whenever I talk about Sophie, we should remember that Sophie is a daydreamer. She is in fantasy. She is in a world of fantasy where she imagines things to be in so-and-so condition. And exactly opposite is a person who is a realist. And who is that realist? That realist is Jhansi. Jhansi is the person who is down to earth. She understands everything in such a way that she belongs to working class. Her level is so and so. She has to do things only to this category. She cannot climb the ladder of socio-economic strata. She knows that very clearly, unlike Sophie. Sophie is a fantasy person. She is all the time daydreaming. See, Sophie refuses to accept the limitations of her status. There are limitations. Why are limitations there in her status? It is because she is not a person who has the money to reach whatever thing she wanted to go to. Whether it is opening a boutique or becoming an actress or else doing anything for that matter. She believes her talent. She thinks that she has so much of talent in herself that she is a natural. She has a natural ability and she will be recognized by the world, and then she can be looked towards as a person who has some wonderful ability, skill, potential. That is what she feels. Now, what about Jhansi? Let me take black so that you will be able to see the difference. She is the realist and she understands the socio-economic reality. She knows the society in which she lives. She knows the money matters in her family, the economic condition. And she also knows that she is earmarked for the biscuit factory. See, the meaning of earmarked for the biscuit factory is nothing but, you might have seen people who have business, family business. They make their children study. But in the heart of hearts, the mother or the father or whoever might be the elder person in that family thinks that, hey, let that fellow complete the studies, he will come to the same family business. That is earmarked. Do whatever you wanted till you complete your education. Ultimately, you have to come here. That is what is the meaning of earmarked the biscuit factory. So we should understand that Sophie and Jansi, the fantasy person and the reality person, are studying class 12 just like y'all. And the dreams that you have, which you might be sharing or might not be sharing, are also there in these two characters. The difference is, Jhansi understands the reality. She knows that once she completes her education, she'll have to simply join in the biscuit factory and start earning money so that she can contribute to the betterment of her family. That is the clear distinction between the two characters, Sophie and Jhansi. I hope you have understood it. If you haven't understood, pause the video, go back, check out again all the points, and then you continue watching further. Got it? Let's continue now. What is the next thing that we have? The next thing is about the domestic landscape. Have you ever heard about domestic landscape anytime? You might have heard landscape outside. Ah, what a beautiful scenery. Look at this hill here. Look at the plateau there. Look at this little stream flowing. You might have seen like that. But what about the domestic landscape? Domestic landscape is nothing but the way the house is. Is the house arranged in a wonderful way? The meaning of house arranged here is, are the things in the house arranged in such a way that everything has a particular place? Each thing is so neatly kept that as soon as someone sees it, ah, what a beautiful thing. Do we get that feeling? In many middle class families, all the things are cluttered. The house is like overflowing with things. And that is the reason here we have a domestic landscape. When you look at the picture here or here, you can understand how it is. All the things are put in a crammed manner. In small space, more number of items. And you can see this lady here unable to do her washing work because of maybe continuous work. She has no break. She has no rest. Who do you think she is? Did you guess it? Yes, you're right. She is Sophie's mother. Let us now see what is the problem with this domestic landscape. It is the atmosphere of drudgery. That is, doing the work non-stop without any break. And moreover, you're not getting anything for it. Remember, there is one kind of a taboo. If a woman is doing work at home and when she's not earning money, it is regarded as something low. And that is totally wrong. Here is the mother's condition in that manner. Barton paints a grim picture of Sophie's home life, characterizing it as small and steamy. How is the house? It is small, it is steamy. Why is it steamy? Maybe the kitchen is in one corner, the sitting place is in another one, maybe the dining area is in another corner, maybe everything is in one room. So you cannot find the difference between one and the other. That is the reason why he says that it is small, it is steamy. It is cluttered. Cluttered is too many things kept in one place. And you have the smell of the stove and heavy breathing. Why is the heavy breathing there? It is because there is smoke, cooking is going on. You pant. You cannot breathe comfortably because the oxygen levels are a little lower when the place is cluttered. And the next one, grimy reality. Another point that you should remember is the father character here. Her father is marked. How is he marked? He is marked with sweat from work. He doesn't even look like a person who is neat and clean. When Sophie comes home, after talking to Jhansi, she looks at her father. What is he doing? He's having his food. He works maybe in the industrial area there. The father is eating his food even without washing. You can see the sweat. You can see the dirt. It's so horrible. But he is himself. He has his own confidence levels. And other things which are making the place cluttered is the laundry. You can see the kitchen items in one corner here. You can also see laundry in the other corner. You can see the stove burning in one corner. The whole place is stuffy. And then, what is the reaction of this girl? How does she react to it? There's a tightening in her throat. See here. Why is the tightening there? It is because it is the suffocation from this environment. She has got so much of suffocation, she feels that as if her throat is being squeezed. And that is the reason why she's all the time in a fantasy world. So, we should understand that the fantasy world is all the time running in her head because of these physical constraints that she is suffering from. Hope you understood all the points till here. Now, another thing that we should remember is the mother character in this lesson. The mother doesn't have even a single word to speak. But is she important? Of course. How can the mother be left off? The mother can never be left off. It is because there are certain things that go into Sophie's brain. Look at how she feels when she sees her mother. This is called as a delicate bow. When a person is bending over the sink, cleaning and cleaning all the time without even getting the chance to stand straight, how is it? There's a lot of problem. See the statement given here. The delicate seeming bow and the crooked back. This is Sophie's observation of her mother. What does she feel? This powerful image symbolizes the crushing weight of domesticity. The bow, that is this condition, the mother's this condition, represents a vestige of grace, while the crooked back is the physical manifestation of lifelong labor. I sometime before spoke about how the ladies who are working at home are not paid. And when they are not paid, they are not even treated as labor. They are treated worse than that. And that is the condition of Sophie's mother. And Sophie understands that clearly, that when her mother's condition is like that, in course of time, she could also be subjected to it. She doesn't want to be subjected in that manner. That is the reason why she lives in fantasy. The thing which makes her forget the present, go into a dreamy world. Now there is one thing which is like a chance for the person to get away from there. Every person has some kind of a thing which gives them refuge, like a chance to be away from the worries, from the tensions, from the problems. For some people, it could be music. For some people, it could be dance. And for Sophie, what is it? It is her brother. And it's given very beautifully, the bonding between Sophie and her elder brother. His name is Jeff. So, Jeff is the gateway. Like, he is the person who makes her feel that, yes, there is another world. You cross this gate, you can enter into another world. And for Sophie, that is also fantasy. She feels that the world of her brother is something beautiful, something mysterious. So look at what we have here about this Jeff. There is silence and there is mystery. Why do you think that there is silence? It's because there are some people who are introverts. They're not ready to speak. So Jeff is such a kind of a person. Why is the word mystery used here? It is because he doesn't tell much about what he is doing as an apprentice. He's an apprentice. He is a mechanic. And for Sophie, he is the only hope, and he is like a bridge to the outside world. She wants to look at the outside world with the help of her brother, or maybe through the eyes of her brother. That's the reason she wanted her brother to break the silence and speak, speak about what? About the mystery, like how is the world outside? What are the things that she can get and how is it going to be for her? She is jealous of his silence, imagining it hides exotic, interesting people. Exotic is something rare. She feels that there are rare things outside the world where Jeff lives, and she wanted to find out what is there in it. And you see what else is there. To Sophie, the unknown outlying districts attain a special fascination simply because they remain outside her world, outside her reach. Since she's not able to go there, since she's not able to understand what is there, she feels that that is fantastic, that is wonderful, and she wanted to go there. This picture here is showing us how this boy, Jeff, he's a young man, he's Sophie's brother, 3 years older than her, and he's a mechanic. His world is all these things. Is it understood? Now, what is this escape? Do we really feel like escaping into some other world? Yes, we wanted to escape. Most of the time when we are troubled, when we are disturbed, we feel like. But Sophie is almost all the time in such a kind of a world. In this lesson, we have Sophie escaping into a fantasy world, maybe 2 to 3 times. And the first time is here. What does she do? She wore a new, is it she or he? It is he, that is her brother. Her brother wore shiny black leathers. And what did she wear? See, the brother is in black leathers and she is wearing a yellow dress and there is also a cape, a hoodie kind of a thing. And she is wearing that and she is going on a bike with her brother. And as they're approaching the city, do you know what happens? There is applause. Everyone is applauding for them. The applaud is so loud, so clear in her mind's eye that she feels elated. She feels it is wonderful. Sophie's ultimate fantasy of social arrival and acceptance. And this is the stark contrast of reality of her environment. The way this girl goes with her brother on the bike is a fantasy. It's exactly opposite to the reality. Got it? Now, what is the socio-economic ceiling? What is the meaning of ceiling? Please understand that it's not only the roof. It's also to say that you have a limit. You cannot cross this limit, then it is a ceiling. So, we have the socio-economic ceiling in this lesson. And why is it there? It is because there is reality and fantasy all the time. And they're also talking about the probability. Everyone knows mathematics and probability, isn't it? How many, suppose there are 3 to 4 colors of marbles in a pouch, you know what's the probability of getting a particular color. You all know that, right? The same variety here. They are talking about the social determinism. What is social determinism? Biscuit factory. Why should you bother about biscuit factory here? Yes, we need to bother. It's because Jhansi understands that once her education is completed, she will go to the biscuit factory. What about Sophie? She has fantasy. She wanted to open a boutique, or maybe she wanted to become an actress, or maybe she'll do this, she'll do that. She has so many thoughts. That's the reason why it is biscuit factory, which is showing us a metaphor. Metaphor for what? For their lives. People of that labor class community do not go anywhere else. They don't get the opportunity to do anything else. They are earmarked only for the biscuit factory. That is the reason why we call it as social determination, and it is a metaphor for life. And despite Sophie's diverse dreams, diverse here is multiple varieties of dreams are there. She wanted to do this, that, this, right? So in that, she also has her society and her economic status. And will she be able to achieve any kind of professionalism in anything? The answer is probability of escape is 0. Means she cannot escape from her socio-economic condition. That means she should forget about her dreams and be grounded just like Jhansi and accept the reality that she has to go to the biscuit factory. That is what is mentioned here. What about symbolism? We have 3 key symbolisms in this part 1. And what's the first one? The first one is the motorcycle. Why is it the motorcycle? It is because it represents freedom and mobility. There is freedom to move. Move from what? From the socio-economic condition of the industrial area to another world. She hopes that she will be able to carry away herself from that life into a life of sophistication. And that's the reason why this motorcycle symbol is very powerful. What's the next one that we have? We have the boutique. You remember she said that she wanted to open a boutique and it has to be the best in the city, as if no one had seen such a kind of a thing in their lives. So this boutique, it symbolizes desire. Desire for what? Sophistication and aesthetic control. Aesthetic is your sense of the 64 arts. How are you able to appreciate art in whatever form it is? Whether some piece of work is wonderful, this is this is that. That is the aesthetic one. She feels that she is getting sophistication, that is the best of the best in her style. And so she does not want to be in the grimy kitchen. Whatever she wanted is exactly opposite. Aesthetic control versus grimy kitchen. Now that we have seen what motorcycle and boutique symbolize, let us see how does this rain contribute to this symbolism. Rain is like harsh reality. It's like slapping a person's face. Why? It's because, actually speaking, let me tell you a little bit before we continue with the symbolism of the rain. Sophie and Jhansi work together, and before they have to part their ways, like Sophie goes one direction and Jhansi goes the other direction. It's exactly at that time that it starts raining, and that is at that time that there is reality which hits. To whom? To both of them. Jhansi, who is ground to earth, understands how she is earmarked to the biscuit factory. But Sophie thinks about her world. If I get a lot of money, I'm going to open a boutique. That is the dialogue that she says just before entering her house. And what should we understand about it? It emphasizes their harsh environment, the environment that they live in, the place which makes them understand that they cannot climb the socio-economic ladder, but they have to be down. And that is really painful for Sophie more than it is for Jhansi. Let's now see the next part, and that is about the characters. We have the 3 important characters, and what do they represent and what are they symbolic of. If you can remember these points, you can write any answer on your own without any kind of doubt. So what is the first person's name that we have here, and what should we remember about that person? The first person is Sophie, and what should we remember about her perspective? You can remember her as an idealist or as an escapist. Escapist from the reality. And what does she do? She's all the time in a fantasy world. She's a dreamer. And what about the second character that we have? The second character is Jhansi, and you should remember her as realistic. Better word for that is pragmatic. And what does she do? Or how should we make our brain to remember what is she symbolic of? She is symbolic of the mirror of reality. What does she all the time tell herself? I am earmarked to the biscuit factory. She's not going to be in lofty ideas, all the time down to the reality. And the third character that we have here is the brother of Sophie, and he is Jeff. What should we remember him as? The perspective that he has? He has a reserved nature. He's mature. You remember previously I told that he's an introvert. He is all the time silent. So it means he has so much of maturity not to speak out his thoughts. Sophie, on the other hand, is not like that, and that's the reason why she speaks out her thoughts. And what should we remember as the person symbolism? We should remember him as the bridge. Bridge for what? For the thoughts that Sophie has. She wanted to take her brother as the help and maybe get into the world of fantasy. That is about these three characters so far. Later on, you'll be able to understand even about the father, the mother also. So that is it for part 1. See you soon in part 2. Bye-bye.